The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
This is Kirk Franklin, and I just want to say these damn kids don't appreciate shit. You just had to whoop their ass and kick them on their fucking neck and knock their motherfucking ass out. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is Kirk Franklin. You listen to the X and Y show.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the X and Y show. And I'm your host, Roosevelt. Took a couple weeks off. Had a little flare up. I told you guys the last episode, and it's gotten a lot better. It's starting to go away. For those of you who know about gout, that shit is for real. That shit hurts. Capital H. But I only get them, the flare-ups, like every other year, maybe every year and a half or something. So they don't come up that often. But when they do, it's like, it's like the guy is saying, "Hey, motherfucker, hey, how you doing? I just checking in on you. I ain't seen you in a while." Shit, that shit, no, it hurt, but damn. But it don't hit me, every other year or something like that. Not that much, because I don't eat pork and I don't eat beef. Well, I eat steaks on my birthday, but, I don't eat red meat. So that is a big culprit of the gout. But it's a lot of shit that can flare you up with the gout. Certain nuts, fucking eggs, coffee, oysters, just pretty much every fucking thing you eat. So, I don't pay attention to that shit. The only thing I do, I don't eat red meat. Because that shit is really bad for you. But, I'm good now. I'm good. Finally that the medicine worked. I had to go about the other ways of getting the medicine I need, because you can't get painkillers no more from doctors. They're like, we're gonna give you some naproxen. I think that'll work for you. And naproxen, that ain't shit. That's just a leave. That's nothing. I can get a leave over the damn counter. So for all the all that shit that's happening, they don't give you pain medicine anymore unless you fucking got a stab wound. So I had to get it through the hookup. I had to get it through the hookup. So got what I needed, got the painkillers I needed, and I'm good now, and I'm not hooked on the shit. I just needed something to break that pain. Until the anti-inflammatories kick in, you need something to help you out with that pain. Because, sometimes the anti-inflammatories take a while to really kick in. So you need something to cut that pain. These fucking doctors, we're not going to give you that. We're going to give you some tramadol. How about that? Fucking keep that. That's what I told him last time. You keep that shit. And he looked at me like, what's wrong with him? Yeah, you can keep that shit. Tramadol. I can take aspirin, my damn shit. That's all it is. It's about 10 aspirin and shit. Anyway, I'm feeling a lot better. So I say, well, I got to get back. Got to get back to recording. I took a couple of weeks off. That's all. Because you guys been listening to the XY show. I don't take off until right before the Burr months. The Burr months, September, October, November, December, the Christmas time, my favorite time of the year. So, I probably won't take off again until like August or something. So, had to get back and I'm back. Interesting thing that's happened in the news, the Johnny Depp, if you've been following, I don't follow it, but I'm just seeing nitbits of it. And apparently, his ex-wife used to, whoop his ass. And I found it amazing that since it's a woman, and, I've always, I think I mentioned on the early episodes that it goes both ways. There's actually men out there getting their asses kicked too by women. And everyone know Johnny Depp was getting his ass kicked by his ex-wife. I forget her name. She played Mira in Aquaman. She's fine too. But she's whooping his ass and nobody's saying shit about it. There's no Me Too. They're not saying shit. Nobody's saying shit about it. But if it was the other way around, if Johnny Depp was whooping her ass, his career would be over. They'd be calling for his crucifixion and shit. He needs to die and boycott all his movies. Take all his movies off the shelf and everything. Take all his movies off cable and off Comcast. We're going to boycott you because you got Johnny Depp movies and all that bullshit. You a bunch of double hypocritical, motherfuckers. I'm talking about society as a whole. When it's one way, it's like, it's unacceptable. But it's another way, everything's cool. Everything's all right. Double standard motherfuckers. If Johnny Depp was whooping her ass, it'd be, get him. Get him. He can never work again. Get him. But it was the other way around. Since she was whooping his ass, no. Well, it's not so bad. He's okay. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to jump right into the letters before I get pissed. The first one is from Stanley. Stanley says, my girlfriend wears unsexy panties. All of her panties are grannies. If those of you who don't know who grannies panties are, it's the big ass panties like parachutes. He says, I've tried to buy her thongs, but she won't wear them. What do I do? Well, Stanley, and I feel your pain, man, because I really hate seeing a woman in big ass drawers. That is just so unattractive. I think it should be illegal. I think I should have sent an email or tweet to Donald Trump. I believe he would have probably tried to put a law, And I think that if you're under 50, you shouldn't be allowed to wear grannies. If they catch a woman wearing grannies and she's under 50, they say, hey, ma'am, I'm going to give you a citation and you have to go take those off now or you get a ticket. I just believe that. It's just so unsexy, especially when she fine. You know, she got these big ass panties on. That is, I hate seeing that shit. And you know, anyway. But Stan, let me give you some advice. You said that you bought her thongs. Don't take her all the way to the damn edge. You taking her from A to Z. I don't even like thongs because I think those motherfuckers are uncomfortable. I don't know how women wear that shit with the string coming all up their ass, and some women like it because the string sometimes hit the pussy and make them they like the feeling when it hit the clit or whatever. But that's the extreme. You going from, you know, your girlfriend now, she wears grannies. You try to get her thongs, so you try to take it from A to Z. You know, take it to like M, you know, a G or some shit. Buy her some. My personal favorite is bikini cut, right? Bikini cut is my personal favorite. That might be a little bit more comfortable for her. Or if that's still too much for her, you can buy the high cut briefs. You know, it's a high cut brief, but it's still not as much panties. Like, you know, it's not parachutes and shit, and they look sexy. Try that, you know, or even there's some sexy like boy shorts you can get women. That look good on certain women. That look good too, but that might, I don't know where you are. It might be too hot for that. But I would go with the panties, the bikini cut, or the high brief cut. Don't do thongs. That's too. Like I said, you going from one extreme to the other. So you know, try something in the middle and see how that works. But I feel you. Women, I don't know how old your wife is, your girlfriend is, but if she's under 50, she shouldn't be allowed to wear grannies. That should be against the law. Oh boy. Okay, the next one is from Victoria. I like that name, Victoria. If I have a daughter, I think I might. I like that name, Victoria. I accidentally said something very mean to my husband about his penis. Ever since, he has not wanted to have sex. He does have a small dick, but I still love him very much. I've apologized multiple times, but it still hasn't worked. It has been almost a year since we've had sex, and I'm very worried. Please help. Well, first of all, Victoria, that shit wasn't accidental. You know he had a small dick and you went for the jugular. So don't say that bullshit that it was accidental. You know how it would hurt him and you said it. So you fucked up. Now you live with the consequences. And you probably fucked him up so bad. I mean, it's been almost a year. That's not normal for a man to not want to fuck. You know, hopefully he's not fucking somebody else. That, you know, you women got to understand, when you say that kind of shit to men about a small dick, there's always going to be someone else that will enjoy that small dick. So you have to be careful with your words. So hopefully your husband ain't fucking nobody else. But if you two haven't fucked in almost a year, that's very serious. Hopefully he's not fucking nobody else. But I would say your husband probably needs therapy. That's what I would do. That's what I would recommend. I think that that's affected him. You call his, you know, you're supposed to be the woman that loves him. You're supposed to be in love with him, and you call him his dick small. That fucks with a guy's head. You know? So if he hasn't fucked you in almost a year, then it's obviously fucking with him mentally. Because he feels that, you know, you've said what you really feel. and he just simply doesn't want to have sex with you anymore because you call his dick small. So that might need some therapy, Victoria. I think that I would recommend him going to get some therapy, depending on how your therapist want to do it. Maybe he or she just wants to see him first, and then maybe the two of you. I don't, there's different ways that they approach things, but I think you definitely should go get therapy, or he should, and then maybe you with him, according to how they do it. But I think therapy is needed because it's very serious. It's been almost a year. That's some serious shit. If you'd have said a couple of weeks, I was like, well, give it a little while. Give him a few shots of gin or some shit. He'll but it's been almost a year. That's not normal for a man. A woman, yeah. A woman will hold sex for not taking out the garbage and shit. It don't take much for them. They'll cut your ass off for any damn thing. You left the toilet seat up. Women will cut your ass off for nothing. But a man to stop having sex for almost a year, that's not normal. So you fucked up his head, Victoria. And I think that therapy is the only thing that will fix that right now. The thing is, he has to be willing to go to therapy. So hopefully that's something that he wants to do. Otherwise, man, shit, you just have to wait it out. But hopefully he wants to go to therapy, but that's what I recommend. All right. So this week's episode, I want to talk about settling. And when is it when you settle? That word is used so loosely in today's relationships and marriages. So I think I have to say something about it. And it's exactly why so many women are walking around single. Because a lot of women, the first words you hear out of their mouth, if they're single, I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. That's the first words that come out of their mouth. You hear some men say it as well, but it's not nearly on the scale as women. Because men, we're simple. We just want this, we want that. It's not, if we don't get Beyonce, we'll take, Beyonce's cousin. Actually, I want Beyonce's mama. That's what I want. Or Jada Pinkett's mama. That's what I want. Fuck Jada. But, we're simple. But women are not. Women are much more complicated when it comes to relationships and marriages and potential mates who they want to be with. And they make things so complicated until they complicate themselves out of being happy. And I think that's unfortunate. I mean, if you ask, you don't take my word for it. You can ask any single woman that you know, why are you still single? Why do you think you're still single? And I guarantee eventually they will say, well, I'm not settling. I just don't want to settle. I can do bad by myself. They're going to put it some kind of way, but if they don't get exactly what they want 100% to the letter, they take that as being a settle. And that's unfortunate because that's why a lot of women are walking around alone, miserable, sexless. And when they walk around like that, that's when the anxiety set in. That's when the craziness set in. That's why a lot of women are walking around crazy as hell. They don't know it. They're angry because they haven't had sex in so long. They haven't been happy in so long. And the blame for that is the person they look at in the mirror every morning. Now, I don't want this to be one-sided. because like I said, men do say that as well, but it's not nearly on the scale as women say it. And I think that, again, I think we have forgotten for what a relationship is, and a marriage is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be you putting out criteria of what you want and, like a order. You go to a restaurant, you eat the steak, potatoes, and peas, and they bring you back steak, potatoes, and peas, right? But a lot of you, if you don't get, let's say you order steak, potato, and peas, and you ordered rare or medium rare, and the steak comes back medium, a lot of you women send it back. Yeah, I didn't know what it is. I am not settling. When most guys, if they order medium rare, it comes back medium, they'll eat that fucking steak. And that's what I mean. Women don't allow themselves to get something with a slight deviation. They order something, they have an idea of something that they want, and if it doesn't come back to exactly what that is, they want to send it back or they won't eat it. And if you don't eat, then you hungry, right? You walking around hungry, your stomach growling. Same shit. If you're not getting loved by a man, if you're not being loved by someone, you're not being in a relationship, then you walking around miserable. You walking around angry. You walking around crazy as hell. That's what's happening to a lot of women nowadays. They're allowing that one word, settle, to fuck up their happiness. But, when you think about it, what is settling? What is your idea of settling? And I think that we take that shit too far. Especially women. Women take that shit too far about settling. If something does 1, 2, 3, if it comes back 1, 2, oh shit, no, I can't do that. No, I don't want it. And that's unfortunate. Nobody's fucking perfect. I don't understand. And that's literally what a lot of women are looking for. Someone who's perfect. And they say that, oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not, Roosevelt. No, you're full of shit. No, Roosevelt, I'm not looking for the perfect. You're full of shit. No, that's what you might not say that, but that's what you're implying. You're looking for the perfect mate. Nobody is perfect. Nobody will live up to some of the shit that some of you women want in a relationship for a potential mate. Fuck. Nobody can live up to that. I remember one time I was watching this show. It was with Chili from TLC, and she was on there looking for a mate or whatever. And she was talking to Misty Elliott. And Misty Elliott asked her, what do you want in a guy? Give me a rough idea what you want. And she was describing, what her idea of, of a perfect guy for her to be able to marry. And Misty Elliott at the end told her, you want Jesus. She wants someone perfect, and that's just not realistic, especially, at the time she had a kid, even though I know she's a celebrity, but that don't mean shit. So it's like, even women who are rich, and it doesn't matter if they're affluent or non-affluent, they have these unrealistic goals. And if there's anything different, then they see it as being settled. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I ordered. So it has to go back. And they keep sending shit back. They keep sending shit back to the kitchen to get cooked the way it is, exactly the way they want it. They keep sending it back, keep sending it back. Next thing you know, the restaurant's closing. The restaurant's closing. No matter what they say, they can't get it cooked again. The restaurant's closed. You got to get out. You don't eat. You gotta stay hungry. You know, that's the analogy. You know, you keep passing good men up, or good women, and eventually they stop coming. They stop coming around when you keep saying you're gonna settle, and soon later you don't get the choice. They stop coming around. Then, it's too late. You're alone. And you're in the old folks' home with yours truly. And you're going to be doing some things for me. We're going to have a lot of fun. Some things that you probably wouldn't have been able, wouldn't have had to do if you would have just stopped sending good steaks back. Now you're going to be with me in the old folks' home. You're going to be getting chicken. You ain't going to get no steaks no more. Those days are over. You're going to be with me. We're going to have some fun in the old folks' home. Believe me. I've already accepted my fate. That's what I'm going to be. But I'm trying to help some of you out so you won't be there with me. Because if you're there with me, I'm not going to have any pity on you. You're going to be doing things for me that you've probably said you would never do. And I don't want that to happen. I'm trying to save y'all. I know y'all won't listen. Y'all ain't going to listen. Y'all ain't going to listen to me. And I'll get some emails. Oh, you always owe us. You always owe us hard, Roosevelt. No, I said the men too. But it's mostly women. It's mostly women that do. Let's keep it real. Mostly women who always saying with that settle shit. And half the women don't even know what it is to really, truly settle. Like I said, if it's not perfect, they don't want it. Send it back. I didn't order this. Where a guy would be like, well, shit, I ordered medium rare, it came medium. I'm going to eat this fucking steak. It shit look good. Could put a little A1 sauce on it. Fuck it. It's going to get eaten. For women, no. Send it back. Send it back. Men, I give you some pointers. Like a woman with big titties. That's me. I like a woman with big titties. I don't want a woman with them Tic Tacs. Those little small titties. But if I get with a woman with Tic Tacs, is that settling? No. If that woman is all what I dreamed about, all what I fantasize about in a woman, she treats me like a king, and just because she has small titties, I should see that as being, settling? Hell no. That's not settling. Guys, if you want a woman with a PhD, but you end up getting with a woman with a high school graduate, but she treats you like a king. She treats you like you always dreamed about. She helps you. She nurtures you. She's everything you want in a woman, but she don't have a PhD. That makes it'll settle? Fuck no. That's not settling. Guys, you want a woman who's very clean, but you have a woman that wash her ass maybe once a day. That's settling. No, but on the real tip, we have to realize what is truly settling. I would say if you want a woman that respects family, and you get with a woman who hates her mother, then that's settling. You see the difference? Just because you like big titties and you get with a woman with small titties, but she's everything in the woman that you've ever dreamed about, that's not settling. Or just because you want her to be a certain education status and she's not, but she's everything you wanted in a woman, that's not settling. It's not settling. But if you want a woman who respects family and you get with a woman who hates her mother, I've heard it. You all heard it. Or hates her family, and you get with her, that's settling. That's more serious shit. You see what I'm saying? Women. You want a guy with a big dick, and you get with a guy with a small dick. Is that settling? A lot of you probably saying, yeah. But if that guy with a small dick is treating you like a queen, like a princess, like you always dreamed about being treated, that's not settling. It's not settling, ladies. Ladies, if you want a guy who's a doctor or a lawyer, and you get a guy who's an electrician or plumber or HVAC guy, is that settling? Fuck no. If that guy is treating you like a queen and a good provider and being the man that you've always dreamed about, just because he's not a doctor or a lawyer or CPA does not mean that you're settling. Now, of course, your lifestyles won't be the same. You know, he can't afford what a doctor and a lawyer can afford. Of course not. But that doesn't mean shit. Money does not translate into happiness in a relationship or a marriage. And if you don't know that by now, then you a stupid motherfucker. You don't believe me? Ask Will Smith. Got money? You think he's happy? Ask Johnny Depp. Yeah, he has money. You think he was happy with his ex-wife? You know, so money don't mean shit. If he's not a lawyer or a doctor, but he's an electrician, he's a plumber, he's an HVAC, he's still handling his business, then you're not settling. You're not settling, ladies. So, I think that's where, it's very sad. Because a lot of times women don't know when they're settling, and a lot of times they're not. Now, I'll give you a good example. Ladies, if you want to be married, you want to get married one day, and you with a guy who does not want to get married, don't even want you to talk about marriage, that's settling. That's settling. You want to be married, you want to be a wife, and you with a motherfucker who don't even want to talk about it. Oh no, but I just want to stay with him. I just want to be with him, and he's a good guy, and he doesn't want to get married, but he'll come around. That's bullshit. That's settling. When you want to be married and you with a motherfucker who don't, that's settling. A lot of you motherfuckers don't even know the difference between real settle. You see an idea, but I wanted a doctor, but he's an electrician. I don't want to settle. That's not settling. So I think that's where, society is as a whole, especially women. Women always quick to say they don't want to settle just because they don't get exactly what their idea is as far as a potential mate is. I mean, half you people that's married right now, look at your husband or wife. Are they the person that you always dreamed about as far as, when you were younger, you wanted a guy who was, tall, dark, and handsome. and you with a short, ugly motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. But what I'm saying is you with someone who is totally different than what you had always imagined them to be. And you're still happy. So it wasn't that you settled. It was just that you thought you wanted something different, and it came back medium instead of medium rare. And you ate it anyway, and you still had a good meal. You still got full. You still enjoyed that steak. You didn't send it back. You're happy. It's not settling. You didn't settle. That's totally different. That guy's treating you like a queen. If that man is treating you like a queen, that's not settling. You're happy. How is that being a settle? So I think that's what we do in today's society. We lose track of what is truly a settle. You want to get married and he doesn't? You still with the motherfucker, still fucking him, still wasting your youth on that motherfucker. That's settle. That's totally different. You with a woman who you rebel family, and you believe in strong family values, and you with a motherfucker who don't even like their mother, don't even like their father or siblings. Yeah, guys, that's settle. Yeah, but she a good woman. She no. So I think that's the problem with today's relationships. That's why so many people are walking around by themselves, alone, especially women, especially successful women, women who you wouldn't imagine it to be. Oh, I know she has somebody. They're walking around. They don't want to settle. They don't want to settle. And ultimately, where it's going to get them is a room next door in the old folks' home with yours truly. That's what's going to happen, ladies. Guys, some guys too. Like I said, some guys with that bullshit too. No, man, I don't want to settle. But it's mostly the ladies. Let's keep it real. And it's going to get you guys, it's going to get you women in trouble. You're going to be, somewhere that you don't want to be, in a place that you don't want to be in the next 10, 20, 30 years. So the next time you say you don't want to settle, I want you to think about, what are you settling on? You want a doctor, but this guy's a successful electrician? Then you're not settling, ladies. He's a good guy. You're not settling. Guys, you want a lady with a PhD? You want a big, tall blonde, and she's short, brunette, but she's still a good woman? You're not settling. So the next time we say, or you say that, I don't want to settle, I want you to think about that before you say those words. Because if you keep sending that steak back, one day the restaurant's going to be closed. And no matter how much you plead and beg, there's not going to be any more coming. And then you have to go somewhere else to eat. Or you don't eat, actually. Don't let yourself get in that predicament. You're not settling on everything that's not what you wanted exactly to the T. So think about that the next time you say you're settling. It don't mean nothing to me, because you either listen or you don't. If you listen, you have a better chance of meeting someone and being happy. If you don't listen, then you're going to be next to me in the old folks' home, eating Jell-O and butt naked and doing a lot of things that you thought you would never do. That concludes an episode of the X and Y Show. I just wanted to holler at you about that because I hear that a lot. I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. It's bullshit. A lot of women are walking around alone because they don't want to settle. And it's going to have them fucked up in about 20 years, depending on how old they are. 10, 15, 20, 25 years. You know, there'll be a lot of women walking around old and alone because they didn't want to settle. Be careful. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Be sure to check out any episodes that you may have missed on my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. You can catch the XY Show on pretty much every outlet. I'm on the Podbreed Network. I'm on iHeart. I'm on Google, Spotify, pretty much everything. Be sure to check me out there. That's on the website as well. You can see all of that and my social media. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram. Also have a store where you can buy a shirt and a mug to show everyone that you are true X and Wire. Stay tuned. This year, I will definitely have special shirts in there for the holidays. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Last year I was bullshitting and didn't get it in there. But this year, definitely. So check out the store as well. Show everyone that you're a true X and Wire. And I will much appreciate that. So without further ado, I will see you next week. And I want you all to remember that you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.